Okay, it seems like everyone's ready. So everyone, please give a warm welcome to Ultra Breness and Mega Man X4. Mega Man X4.
Hello. So my name is Ultra Ubernus, like you said. I am going to be doing X4 X 100% if you're used to 0. This is kind of like a different version without the saber. So I just want to explain a few things before I start the run. If you're used to Super Nintendo, you're going to see a lot of different movements because there's some issues with the dash. Actually, X and 0 don't have full movement right away when they do the initial dash, so you're going to see a lot of dash jumping. There's going to be some other different movement compared to the Super Nintendo. But we can start the countdown. 3, 2, 1, go. So, of course, Mega Man X. You can never have a Mega Man X game without the intro. And right now, X has been notified that there is an issue on a flying city. So we are on our way to figure out what is going on, just to see that we've been betrayed. It's a flying dragon. We will fight that thing here in just a moment. Like I said, you're going to see some pretty crazy movement at the very beginning. I will not be doing a lot of dashing. Dash jumping is something that you want to do right away, because unless it's helpful for movement-wise like that. So, when it comes to the... Like I said, when you do initial dash, you have 7 frames, 6 or 7 frames, where X and 0 are actually just standing there doing nothing. And that adds up pretty quick in the run. So you want to dash jump immediately to avoid all that time loss, just standing there. Pretty straightforward stuff. You get the Buster, you get the Lemons. Everybody loves Mega Man X. I always like to call out that X is better than 0, just in the game. We all know 0 is cooler, but X is just way better. Especially since we know what we're fighting for. So there's always that. The very first thing with the boss here is that, hold on, let me see if I can set it up first. Might have been off here. A little bit. So, we want him to do those blue balls. Blue balls are great, because he just stands there. We need him to do that a lot. Problem is to goad him into doing that, you want to move roughly 1 pixel forward when the fight starts. Oops. Too far forward. And that's the fight. Pretty straightforward boss fights. But like I said, you want him to do the blue balls so he kind of just stands there. It's kind of like a way to manipulate him, but it's not always consistent, sadly. So you kind of just deal with it. Skipping a lot of lore here. More lore. This is a lot of lore. We got a new minion called Double. That's not ominous. Gotta do a lot of mashing. Sadly, there's no, like, it's text box mashing, so I can't just hold start. I wish I could do that back in X1. Man, that was so easy. Alright, and the first one is Dragoon. So, the first thing we're gonna fight is a giant fire-breathing dragon. Who, actually, what you saw earlier in intro is actually he was the one that betrayed us and hid himself in a volcano. We gotta do some really neat movement to avoid some rocks here, but, you know, being Rockman, we're not afraid of any rocks, so... Oh, that is something actually I probably should mention. Rockman. So, we are playing English, because it is the fastest version. Now, if you are speedrunners, you are wondering how is that possible, when Japanese is always faster. Well, you would be correct if it was only text that we had, like, that we cared about. Funny enough, in X4, each boss has a voice dialogue that they say their catchphrase. in Japanese, and that can kill a lot of time because there's some ones that are pretty long. And I think someone told me it's like 40 seconds of just voice dialogue from all of the 8 Mavericks. So it's just like, it's like a huge time loss just from voice talking. It's crazy because you'll hear me mash after each boss fight. So like when you get a weapon get, you want to mash because the voice guy is trying to tell you the weapon name. And you're like, nah, I ain't got this kind of time. And if you skip that, it's actually faster. So it's actually kind of funny that English is faster because there's no dialogue. You like how the fight just started? Oh, I shot that too soon. Oh, wow. Okay, never mind. He gave me a good pattern. Okay, there we go. That's Dragoon. Dragoon has a distinct pattern. Either to if he like Shoryus and Hados in a certain pattern, you know what he's gonna do next, and it's actually kind of neat if you play a lot. You actually can kind of guess. So like right here, the guy is supposed to say "Rising Fire," but I'm just mashing. And we're on to Spider. So this is 100%. So we have to collect 100% of the items. Funny enough, 100% in this game is actually pretty straightforward. It is just items and capsules. There is no secret weapon. There's no Shoryu, there's no Hado, there's no Saber, which kind of leaves us to really interesting boss fights. So this is a really fun stage, by the way. You gotta get some boots. This stage always kind of reminds me of, was it Aqua stage in Aquaman and Mega Man 8? It's just the waterfalls. Fun fact, too, the voice actor in X4 and Mega Man 8 are the same people. Just a moment, I really want to focus on this part, because I have, like, a bad habit with this part right here. Alright, we're clear. Okay, so I have a bad habit of, like, missing one step, and it kills me. It will kill you. That was actually a really good climb, you guys. Holy cow. That was amazing. So yeah, Spider, it's just a stage. I mean, this so there is a distinct reason why I'm going to certain orders. So here we need to get a few items, including Spider's weapon. So we need Spider's weapon to get to the armor up, or the arm upgrade. And without it, we can't get it. So we need to kill Spider, and we need to get 100% items, and there's a few hidden items right here that you cannot do without fire. So sadly, and we dash through this door because you actually regain control right there. So you push X just a bit more further right. If you actually go through that dash jumping, you can't control him until he lands. Which, small optimizations, you know, speed running. Give me just a moment. So, Spider differences, you want to hit him with full charge shots. Half charges don't do anything. You saw me with Dragoon hit him with half charges because his iframes are actually smaller, and he takes the same damage from half charges and full charges. Unlike Spider, he actually takes full charge more damage. So I messed up one of the charge shots. So there you go. Spider's one of the few that have like a second phase. Sadly, there's no way to kill the phase. The first fight. You will see some interesting stuff on the second fight, though. So stay tuned. There is a different way to kill him. It's actually a lot of fun. All right, and then now we're on to my favorite stage. Not really. I swear I better not, like, recreate some deaths. Otherwise, it's just gonna be a meme at this point. So Storm Owl, you gotta love birds in Mega Man X. Not really. Birds are a big chore, and so is Owl. Hopefully he gives us a good pattern. There is a cool bug with his iframes that's RNG based. I can't manipulate it, but hopefully he gives it to us. So we're doing some mech strats. I mean, some jumps here. This actually does matter because if I time it wrong, I bounce off of it. And you don't want to do that. But that's the end of this part of the stage. And all right, I'm gonna stay silent for this part because I have a notorious bad habit here. Okay. Okay, we made it to the top. Ah, man. This is the arm upgrade. So we get 4 charge shots now. All right. So you kind of saw me kind of like manipulate myself to do some web shots. The reason I do that is to avoid grabbing that health because that stops you. So me taking no damage is a lot easier to deal with. And we get 4 charge shots. So this is way better than Plasma. I'm pretty sure if you are casual, you remember Plasma Shot. Like this huge cannon looking thing. But it's extremely slow in the speed run. My god, this guy's giving me... Okay, hold on. I timed it wrong. He gave it to me and I timed it wrong. Dang. Ah, man, I was going to show it to you guys, too. He gave it to me. Ah, man. So, the Green Cyclones. It's really easy to nail them. So, if you notice during that fight, Owl has a Green Cyclone every time you hit him. He doesn't have iframes. He just casts that shield. The problem with him doing that is that when he does his Green Cyclone attack, as soon as he, like, sticks his arms up, you have a full second to hit him with everything you got. Because he has no iframes, you can hit him every single frame. And he takes all the damage from the buster and everything. But I timed it wrong because so the reason I timed it wrong is I have a bad habit of him putting a Green Cyclone in front of him. So I was trying to damage boost just in case. But it didn't pan out that way. Oops. Okay, we're gonna miss the cycle. That's fine. That doesn't do anything. Or this is just more hopping. So we get... I didn't explain why we get this buster. So I know a lot of people always ask me, like, why don't we get Plasma? Plasma has a huge faults. One being that it does leave that orb when it hits an enemy. The sad thing is that orb only does 1 damage. And that's not something that's good at all. So we get this, and it's easier to hit enemies, like just blam, just, you know, just hitting them. Also, while the buster is actually on the field, you can actually charge again. With the Plasma, you can't charge. You have to wait till that thing leaves. This guy's giving me bad RNG right now. The greatest roll ever. Good lord. All right, we gotta kill some ice cubes. This stage is really neat with just the movement too. I love X's movement in this stage. So we're gonna focus on that to show it off. I take that so that I can do this. We damage boost there. And there you go. So we're gonna manipulate Frost Walrus, or I like to call him Walrus Prime. We hit him with a Buster Shot to damage him, and then we hit him with fire, a charge fire, so that he goes left. Now, during that frame, he can't be damaged, so that's a problem. So we want to make sure he hits the wall faster. There we go. Looks a little sloppy there, but it worked. And that is Frost Walrus, everybody. So, like, that's just gonna be kind of like the theme with some of X stuff. You kind of hit him with some of the weapons. I should explain that too, actually. Some of the bosses you don't want to hit with weapon weakness because they get extended iframes. So, for example, Dragoon, you never want to hit with Green Cyclone. Because not only does he get extended iframes, he gets launched in the air, lands, and then jumps across the left side. And that's a huge time loss. This guy's a really good fight, too, if he doesn't RNG me. My own Colonel.
I've been waiting to fight with you.
A little too early. Ah, he just keeps teleporting. Well, he gave me a really bad pattern, but I also kind of set it up wrong, so... So Colonel has some weird iframes. When he changes his stance, his iframes actually reset. So, like, you can actually hit him a pretty good chunk of times with ice. Which we will manipulate again when we refight him. His iframes reset every time. So, like, you saw him, like, T-pose in there, and then, like, he does, like, his, like, slant little stance. When he resets that, it resets his iframes immediately. We will use that later with Nova Strike. So here is just an auto-scroller. Classic. Classic. The only downside or upside with this auto-scroller is I can actually push it forward a little bit more when I'm in the air in an air dash.
If you say auto-scroller, do we have time for donation?
I'm in this right here, because otherwise you can die fast. Okay, we timed it good.
Alright,
yeah, go ahead. If you have donations or anything, I was just gonna say this is auto-scrolling.
Alright. We have a $5 donation from Twickedy Kid. Can't wait for that for that new sub 40 tech.
Dang it, Twinkie. Jump here, we gotta get an E-Tank, and then... Oh my god, I was gonna lose a dash there. I was gonna die. Alright. And everybody knows in my chat, this is my favorite boss with the Scream. If you have it, just, tell me how many yeahs I'm gonna get. And Yeah, that threw it off a little bit. Man, if he didn't give me that extra one, that would have been a great pattern. Yeah, Stingray is a bit RNG. When he does an extra yeah, instead of shooting his little Stingray babies, it loses time. You want normally 2 yeahs. He will do two of them at least, but any more, it's just a big butt munch. We're on a Slash Beast. Slash Beast is actually a fun stage. It's actually really movement based. There's actually no RNG to it, except for the boss fight. The boss fight's really hard. Stay tuned. There is actually a quick train. If you ever played this game a lot as a kid and you always wonder why, like, sometimes the train went by faster, this thing's actually on a giant rotation. So if you go fast enough, you actually can get where the train will exit the stage faster. Saves about 3 seconds. So we have a chance to get a fast train. The mini boss, I can mess it up on if I, like, get too close to it. But this mini boss is super easy mode. Like, it really is. It was easy mode. So we got the slow train. But that was really good, actually. I enjoyed that. So some new other mechanics I probably should explain in this stage is why you're gonna see me actually purposely bonk some things, because the mechs in this game actually stun lock you if you bonk them. But if you hit the smaller enemies, they don't. You can actually gain control right away. You're gonna see me bonk this so that I can continue. But you have no control when you get hit by those stupid mechs. Like, they punch you in the air, you have to land first before you gain control. So if you, like, misjump, it could set you back. And then we got Slash B stage, you know. Got the boss coming, which is hugely RNG based, you know. This boss is really hard. Like Dark Souls. I lied. He doesn't like water. And that's Slash Beast. He just slips and falls every time. It's kind of silly, actually. But yeah, we are actually pretty good on the 8 maps. So nothing says Mega Man X without revisits, and we have to go back to Dragoon because the reason is there's oh my god, it's not E-Tank, a capsule that I need, and the only way to get it is by Charged Twin Slasher. So if there's any donations, I'm up for it.
Currently there's no donations, but we can tell you what you're donating for. You're donating for Direct Relief, who they're a non-profit organization and business in the US and globally to provide personal protection equipment and essential medical items to health workers responding to the coronavirus or COVID-19. And towards your donations, you can choose in between the bid wars and the incentives. are coming up during this marathon. Should I keep going, or...?
Yeah, go ahead. That's fine. I still got a little bit of stage left.
Alright, tell me when to stop.
No worries.
As such examples, you can donate for the Skyrim Bid War. So far, $55 are towards Tara. And only $5 away, Lidna. You can tip the scales with the $6 donation, so Lidna would be the one. And other incentives you can aim for is Link's Awakening DX, watching the Ballad of Windfish cutscene. We're only $30 away from it.
Ooh,
And
I want to see that.
That cutscene, that just brings me memories.
Yeah, that brings me joy as well.
I would love to see that.
All right, so we're on Mushroom. Who doesn't like some mushrooms? This thing was apparently bioengineered to protect the laboratory. They never told us what he's protecting it from, though. But this thing is pretty straightforward. This stage has like a little bit of a kind of a gimmick to it, with some of the like, I want to say drills and stuff like that, but it's nothing crazy. But it has really cool climbing stuff. So, like right here, it's a little slow because I missed that. You want to be kind of particular on the high jumps. Otherwise, you will bonk like I just did. So. Oh, do I not have the fire now? Yeah. Okay, so we're going to do this kind of... There we go. Old school. I didn't have enough fire. So, this is actually the only thing you can do is X. Skip a mini-boss. So, like, it's supposed to camera lock you. And if you're used to X1, you understand, like, if you try to camera lock Armadillo refights, the game can't lock you because you move too fast with Nova Strike. So, it starts the fight... but at the point where you Nova Striked. So it's like kind of neat where it's like, well, don't need to fight that guy no more. But Zero can't do it because he can get the height or dashing, but he can't do both. So it's like he has to fight that guy. And this is the drills I was referring to. This kind of part right here is kind of neato though. So this elevator, there's no elevator skip except for the very end. There is a little bit I can do to kind of get to the top faster. And it does help, like, start the fight. You know, the boss fight. So, it is faster to do, but you have a lot of time to do it in. I'll show you. I usually like to kill this guy, because when I first learned this game, he killed me, actually, by pushing me into this brick. I did that a little slow to show you, like, what I mean by how much time you have. And we're here. As soon as the elevator gets to the top, it triggers the fight because you're past the gate. And it helps kind of set this guy up a little faster, too. Okay, that was my fault. I got too trigger happy. But mushrooms don't like electricity. Remember that, folks. And that's Mushroom. The stages are pretty straightforward in X4. It's a lot of fun. I'm going to tell you guys right now, though, it is very difficult to, like, kind of make sure you don't bonk and optimize. I am hitting a few things here and there myself. But it's a really fun game. It's just a lot of fun with just the movement and mechanics. We have one more Maverick. We pretty much have to do Battle Network. Because apparently Cyber Peacock doesn't like the fact that the internet has taken over. So he's he's trying to destroy cyberspace. So, his gimmick is pretty much like a trial-based system. You want to hit these stages through an S-rank trial, which they give you pretty good leeway, even as a speedrunner standpoint. So, Okay, that was weird. I must have hit that that lip a little high. Like an S rank, and then you get rewarded. So in this case, we get a heart tank, an E tank, and the last item we need, the head capsule. And then this stage is really cool, actually. I like this part. I put a lot of effort into, like, movement in this stage right here. You're gonna see me do a Nova Strike here. You get a little extra height to do this. To avoid the ladders. Always want to avoid ladders in Mega Man X. And we get the helmet, which the helmet is actually really useful in this game. The helmet actually helps you never use weapon energy except for when you do charge attacks. So, it actually helps a lot with certain things you want to do with the refights and like just overall things. And it's a safety. So here the mechanic is kind of some upside down stuff. We are going to skip one switch here. Okay, I don't know what I was doing there. And then this guy takes forever. Play roly-poly. So Cyber Peacock can kind of give you the business. He can teleport, which is kind of what you want to avoid. You want him to see him flying on the left or right wall, because he'll shoot his arrows at you. If he keeps teleporting, we just hit him with Soul Body. Come on, don't give me the business. It's starting. Good lord, he's already half health. Come on, bro. Are you serious? He's gonna do it all the way. He's putting on a show for you guys. Okay, this is what you wanted. That was terrible. Good god. That was like one of the worst RNGs. But you see how fast that was, right? We had like a little bit more than half health and I was able to kill him. Like, that's what you want. And now it's 8 maps. 8 maps are done. So now we're doing this. Well, I call them Sigma stages, but they're actually the general stages. This one's actually one of my favorite stages to run. Get to fight Colonel again. Colonel Mustard. With the saber. This is heavy movement, so watch. We bonked there on purpose to get RNG. We try to manipulate a little bit there. Oh, I got the despawn. I wasn't expecting that. Alright, there's the stage. I wasn't expecting that despawn. That threw me off. So despawns happen so oddly in this game. Actually, a lot of the runners don't even know how they work.
Show me what you've got.
Oh, we got the 3 for... Oh, heck yeah. See what I meant about that stance change? That's exactly what I'm referring to, Chad. Like, that is awesome. We got the 3 for in that, I think. And Colonel's done. Heck yeah, that was great. Awesome. So, like I said, when he changes stance, his iframes reset. So when I Nova Striked him, he changed it actually several different times there. He changed it 3 times, so I hit him each time with 6 damage. That's a lot of damage. Oh, that was more lore. I should have watched that for you guys. Alright, so right now we're gonna fight Iris, right? Iris is next? I feel like Iris is supposed to be next. We're gonna find out what we're fighting for, chat. Kind of movement used in Nova Strike. There's some times where you don't need it, so... I debated, you guys. It's actually Double. Who knew a Maverick Hunter named Double was gonna double cross us? You're gonna get hurt, X. Oh, dang, I got it wrong. Alright, cool, we got him. We actually got a good pattern there. So Double, actually, he himself take, actually, does 6 damage to you, even with armor. So, like, that's a bad thing. So you want to always hit his stupid minions or whatever he's spewing out, because those do only 2 damage. Which is why I was able to just sit there forever and just hit him with the green cyclone. I'm gonna show you guys something neat here in this this boss fight. Who here is an English major? I'm pretty sure you're gonna enjoy this. I just gotta remember not to mash. So, we spelled general correctly. Look at this. We spelled general correctly. What happened? Not anymore. Now it's general.
It was our destiny to fight.
And that's general for you. So, with general, you not only do I want him to put his fisticuffs up, but I want to make it so he just never, like, you don't really want that pattern-ish. In Zero, you do, because you can saber him. You've seen it. You can saber his head. The problem with that is I can't nail him every single time with X. Now, if he does his floating pattern, I can, and it's a little bit faster to hit him that way. So now we're on to some refights. I want to show you guys Spider real quick. Then the refights after that are kind of straightforward. So here, Spider's actually killed a whole lot differently. We needed 4 charge, 1 regular twin slasher, and a charge slasher, but you'll see what I mean. Ah, I missed. Okay, we gotta get him to come back down again. And he's dead. No second phase, health overflow. The game has no idea what to do but kill him. So to explain that real quick while I fight Dragoon, because I have to take 4 hits. I'm gonna take 5 hits just in case. Spider also has some weird iframes. Spider, when you hit him with iframes, as he goes into the tree, he has to be going into the tree, otherwise it doesn't work. He has no iframes the entire time. And, of course, we all know with Nova Strike, when you hit somebody with Nova Strike every frame, it does 6 damage. I'm not taking hits. Why am I not taking hits? I hope that's enough damage. Alright, one more, and then, like I said, the rest of the fight. So, Owl is the quick kill I needed the damage for. Hold on. I have to make sure. Okay. I don't want to do this, badly. So I told you guys, remember that green shield, there's a weird mechanic with his iframes. And aiming laser is his weakness. And Owl's dead. You can actually hit one hit KO him. It just depends on how where you know how he flies. But remember, I told you like the way that his iframes are, it's just like if his aiming laser like negates his shield for so long, you can nail him, just pow. But after here, the refights are the same. So if there's any donations or any announcements, go ahead.
Sure thing. There is a $3.50 donation from Wind Bombs. Thanks, runners, and Derek Relief. Much appreciate that donation. And okay, I can hear myself. Oops. Am I still good to go? Or?
Yeah, go ahead. No, these refights take a long. Like I got like another 5 minutes. So.
Oh. All right. Well.
If you have anything, if you don't, that's fine.
Yeah. Well, I can say that money will be going to Direct Relief, who, as everything is oh wow, reading the wrong things. Direct Relief, that are a non-profit organization and business in the U.S. and globally to provide personal protection equipment and essentials items to health workers responding to coronavirus or COVID-19. So that money will directly go to help people need, and you can put those you can put the money as well towards some bid wars or incentives, such as bid wars of Skyrim that's coming up. You can pick who we have to marry in that game. So far, still Taria is in the lead, and not far behind is Lidnia and Marcorio. But sad, Alia is far behind. Let's see her just catch up. That'll be fun. And that'll be a nice push to 6.5k. That'll be nice to see before
Yeah.
that happens. And of course, Link's Awakening DX. Watching the Ballad of Windfish cutscene. We're still $30 off of that. And that cutscene, we can see some nice, just a nice moment of peace during the insane speedrun that we have to sit through.
Alright, Stingray gave me a really weird pattern there. So we're coming to the end of the refights. Severed Peacock is next, and then everybody's favorite boss, Final Sigma, which is pretty straightforward. I want to apologize right away about my estimate, apparently. You guys probably mentioned it a few times. I don't know what happened. I think I might have typoed that. I thought I put 50 minutes, but apparently not. I was kind of laughing at with my chat earlier because I'm like, there's no way sub 40 is possible. I apologize on that one, you guys. But I want to say I appreciate you guys for donating. Everybody who's contributed, like seriously. You know, this kind of virus is affecting everybody in any shape or form, whether it's your job or anything. So, you know, I'm glad we can all come together and help out and everything. Just playing some video games and helping each other as we can. But this run is actually pretty solid. 44 for I want to say 44 for 8 Mavs. I'm not too far behind for my own PB, actually. I did mess up a few things, but nothing crazy. But this run is a lot of fun. I always enjoy this game. I really do. I always come back to it. It's just a fun Mega Man X game. Except for this part. Ah, man. Final Sigma is always a chore. Finished. I just want to ask everybody. Is everybody ready for round 2? Alright, I'm going to actually do this. This is actually not RNG, so... There we go. That was a little slow. Just like off by like maybe a second at the most. But that is really some pre-movement right there. So this part right here is RNG based. You do not want him to say the end. Otherwise, that's how the run is. The end. Finished. Oh, I'm that wrong. Of course you would! I don't have Nova Strike yet. Crap. Aw, come on, are you serious? I should have won 2-cycled him anyways, that was my fault. Good lord, that was bad. That was my fault on the second the end. I should have killed him. But that's Final Sigma. So I want to explain some stuff because this kind of takes a while. But the time's going to be up here in just a moment. Actually, time. So Final Sigma has a weird mechanic. Laser Sigma is pretty straightforward. You can tell, you just don't want him to say the end. Garbage Head Sigma, you kind of want him to actually spew garbage because he actually stays on the field longer. So you can actually damage him pretty good. We've actually had it almost where it's 2-cycled, but RTA hasn't happened yet. Oh, this is one of my favorite cutscenes, by the way, of the game. Besides, like, I know everybody loves Zeros, but this one always cracks me up every time. But yeah, that's Mega Man X4.
This is Maverick Hunter headquarters.
Zero.
It's good to see you. I was really worried about you.
Sorry about that.
Don't worry. It's all over. Go home and rest. You've earned it.
Alright, thank you for that run. That was interesting to see. Some good old classic Mega Man. Right now, the next run of Castlevania 3. I can see setup and there's a list of people. So this is gonna be a race. I'm pretty sure. So yeah, this is a 4-person race. Can't wait to see it. Not a big Castlevania player myself, but if it's a race, And there's a speedrun in it. Ooh. We can't wait to see it.